I know that you guys love it when I tell you story times, so today I'm going to tell you about my therapist horror story. I'm going to be honest, I debated on whether or not I was going to share this, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't be embarrassed. Tons of people go to therapy, and you guys know some of the craziness that's gone on in my life, and I think you'd understand why I was going. But just a little disclaimer, if you do go to therapy, I do not want this video to make you feel bad about that at all. I'm just too terrified to go back because of how bad that this experience was, so I've kind of told myself, you know, I can deal with my problems on my own. For now, at least. So I just turned 21 a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just gonna be honest, I was 20 at the time when this happened, and I mean, my mom made my appointment for me. I was way too nervous, I did not want to do it, and I would not have gone and done it if my mom had not done this for me, so if you're like that, you're not alone. I waited months for this appointment, and I was told that it was going to be over the phone, which, you know, because of COVID and this, that, the other, I really didn't think anything of it. So the day comes, I get the phone call, and I'm really nervous, but the lady tells me that it's actually not an appointment at all, that she was just calling to get a little bit of information from me because I had never been there before, I was a new patient, and they had to figure out, like, what therapist to place me with. So it was made very clear to me that this was not a therapy appointment, okay? Remember that. So I answer all of her questions, and she schedules my first appointment, and it had to be an in-person appointment so that way I could fill out all of the paperwork. A couple months go by, it's the day, my mom went with me for my first appointment because I was freaking out so bad. And the lady on the phone told me that there was a lot of paperwork, so it would take me a couple hours to fill it out, so I needed to get there really early before my appointment. My appointment was at 4, so I showed up at 2. When I showed up at 2, everybody in the office was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" So I said the lady on the phone told me there was a lot of paperwork, I needed to come a couple hours early. And they said, "Well, she lied to you." Okay, whatever, not a big deal. I fill out the paperwork, and then we leave to go get some food, chill out before I can come back to my appointment. I come back, it's time for my appointment, and there are 5 women in the secretary office, and there are tons of people in the waiting room. They knew I was coming back, so they already had all my stuff ready and said, "Oh, you have a remaining balance on your account. Would you like to pay that now?" And I was very confused because I said, this is my first time walking in this building. I have never been seen by anybody before, so what balance are you talking about? This lady said, "Let me look up your file and we'll see what it is." She said, "It looks like you had a telehealth appointment 2 months ago and it's going to cost you about $50. Mind you, even with my insurance, my regular appointments would be less than half of that. So I'm still telling her, this is my first time being here. If you're talking about the call where she had to get information from me, it was made clear that that was not an appointment. And I literally just filled out paperwork. You've never seen me before and I'm a new patient. In front of the 5 women in the office, in front of everybody in the waiting room, this bitch read my entire file out loud of everybody who has died in my life. And everything I told that other doctor as if to prove me wrong. So needless to say, I walked out and I didn't even get to see the therapist. But somebody, a lawyer, please let me know, is that a HIPAA violation? Because what the fuck?